My name's Mike Adams, and I'm from Florence, Alabama. It is someone that takes what they're doing, portraying Elvis, very serious, but also doing it with a fun side to him as well. Of course, we all know there'll never be another Elvis, but going out and portraying Elvis, but more than anything, bringing back memories of Elvis, the things he did. And that's what an ETA does, is coming out. We can't bring Elvis back, but we can bring back the memories, and we can bring back as close to the look and close to the sound as we possibly can, but it never will duplicate it exactly like it was back then.
See you right. Oh, see what you have done. I just see you right. Oh, see what you have done. Girl, you made me hear what I say. I said, oh, baby, well, I won't. Maybe I'm too far. Well, I'm going, baby. Yeah, I won't back too far. You got to be a good girl, honey. Won't be back on long. And what I say,
Really was just born an Elvis fan. I mean, my mom and dad were big Elvis fans and just kind of raised on Elvis. And really, it's probably about the age of about three or 4 years old. I just listened to Elvis records, and back then 8 tracks, and started performing as an Elvis. Back then, I guess, was an impersonator. Now it's an ETA at the age of 5, and really been a fan since.
There was a lady, and she had on a shirt, and the shirt was from a certain concert of Elvis's. And in the shirt, you can see some people on top of people's shoulders. And he asked the lady to stand up and pointed out to the picture. And he started telling the story and how he had met the lady that was in that picture and the story that she had told him. A year or so ago, he had received an Elvis scarf that had kind of been handed down. Somebody gave it to him. That was a literal scarf that Elvis had given to a young man when he was at one of his shows back in the 70s. And the young man had kept the scarf and had got on hard times, so he sold the scarf for some money, and it passed a hand or two through the years. And when the lady gave it to him, she told him where it came from. So he got interested, got to looking it up, and looked up the story on the internet and found it. And so he got thinking, I want to find out for sure. So he goes to the phone book, and luckily I think the first person he called by that name in the city that the boy was supposed to be from was the man that the boy had grew up to be. And so they got to talking, and he said, oh yeah, man. He said, I hated to give that scarf, and but said, things happen, and they talked. And so the guy said, well, he was going to, coming up to Elvis Week that year, and so they were going to meet. And Mike had such a good heart, he got thinking, he said, this scarf belongs back to this man. So when they were during Mike's show at the tent, he called the man up on stage after telling the story and just gave the man the scarf back. Said, this Elvis gave you the scarf, I'm giving it to you. It belongs with you. And that's just the kind of guy Mike is. He's always giving and just sharing just a little bit more than you expect out of the concerts.
every job in the city, waiting for the man in the day. And I never lost one in the sea. Turning back the way that I have been. Big wheels keep on turning. I'm gonna keep on turning. Well, I'm rolling on the river. It's like a place down in Memphis. Up in my hand down in New Orleans. Lord, I never saw him inside of the city till I used to ride on the river boat. The wheels keep on turning, I'm gonna keep on burning. When I'm rolling on the river.
It's it's an adrenaline rush, man. It's exciting. I mean, when 2001 was playing today, and I was getting ready to go back, go on stage, you kind of, for a second, kind of visualize maybe what Elvis thought before he went on stage. Not saying that we are Elvis or anything, but it's still that mindset of it's just exciting. You can't wait to get out on the stage. And I know one time somebody said that Elvis was like a caged tiger before he came out on stage. He's just paced back and forth, and you just got to get out there and get on the stage, and you just want to relive the memories and give as good of an entertainer or good entertainment as you possibly can to the crowd.
When I said I needed you, you said you would always stay. It wasn't me who changed, and no way. Don't you know? Now you're gone, and I'm left here on the throne of your own. Now I have to follow you and beg you to come on. Can I use this verse? You don't have to say you love me, just be close to me. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, I can't help but love you, but believe me, I'm stuck and I can't stand up.
I was in the swimming pool. Of course, it was August. Of course, it was hot. I was in my cousin at his house swimming, and my mother and my aunt came out of the house, and I noticed that they were talking, and they looked very sad. And I got out of the pool, and I said, I thought one of our family members had passed away or something, because they had looked like they'd been crying. And I walked up, and I said, what's wrong? And they said, Elvis just died. And I thought, I mean, at that time, being a young boy, I thought, I knew who he was. But I thought, man, right then at that young age, I thought, man, a legend has just died. And even I knew what a legend was, and I thought a legend has just died. So, I said a family member earlier. Really, Elvis, to a lot of people, you felt like Elvis was a family member to you because you were raised on Elvis. Kind of felt like he was a cousin of you or an uncle or whatever. But it was a sad day. But through things like this, we continue to keep his memory alive. Keep his music alive, and I listen to Elvis every single day. It's not a day goes by I don't listen to Elvis, and just enjoy his music. I'm a fan first.
Hold me close to your heart. Hold me close to your heart. That's true. Come on. Baby, it's just you. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't never got a hand up, rockin' on the time. Well, you ain't never come and you ain't no friend. You was high class, but that was just a lie. You know they said you was high class, it's just a lie. Well, you ain't never come and you ain't no friend.
Well, I've got a few shows coming up, some local, and then looking at a couple concerts. I know that had a guy that did, a good friend of mine that did a Roy Orbison tribute as well. He and I and a guy that does Garth Brooks are heading to Texas in January, and then also North Carolina in February.